Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Prague. Surprise, surprise by this end. Actually, it's now around 6 in the evening. Just done finished my normal work and the weather is actually great. So, well, great. Decent enough, I think. It's going to rain eventually, but for now it's dry. So what I'm actually gonna do is now I'm currently in the city center of Prague again. I actually want to go to the Jewish neighborhood because it's quite nice to look at, to be honest. So we have to cross the city center just a little bit. I'll just take you along in the small streets and such and see if we can find something nice to look at or to explore. So let's see where we can go. So for some people that have been here before, some things are probably recognizable in Prague. You know, it's normally there's like a souvenir market here and it spawns all the way till the end of there, to the end of the street. Yeah, quiet now, obviously, for obvious reasons. And yeah, there is good news, however. Apparently they are currently having talks, at least the government, to start easing up the restrictions even further. What would mean that probably the stores might open by the end of this week or the end of next week. Yeah, so let's hope for that. Alright, so this is normally the road, the street towards the astronomical clock, which is just down the street. So normally it's crowded, real crowded to be honest, definitely during summer. You cannot even walk normal speeds here, you just have to crawl basically because there are so many tourists normally. But yeah, it is getting cloudy. I still have full faith in the weather gods that it will not rain. That might be my biggest mistake currently, but we'll see. And if it rains, it's probably gonna rain only for like half an hour according to the weather channel. So let's see. Alright, so there are some shops open, mainly some souvenir shops, but they also sell groceries, so that's why they are allowed to be open. So currently only basically supermarkets, drugstores, pharmacies, I think phone companies as well are allowed to be open, and all other stores have to be closed, unfortunately. But I said that word probably many times in my other videos, that of course it's in every country it's the same. Some countries are currently easing up, which is great, but the Czech Republic, not so much. Alright. So in here we have the Old Town Square coming up with the astronomical clock. It's quite windy, so hopefully you guys can still hear me. And actually, for a work day, I'm currently recording this on a Tuesday. It is well, still quite busy. I know what I'm saying. Normally when the tourists are here it's like fully packed, but for no tourists it's still quite busy enough. Alright, let's have a look. Of course I already talked all about the clock in a former video, so we'll just walk past it quickly. Yeah, let's see how good the camera actually is when it's getting windy. Hopefully you guys can still understand me. So it's really strange weather, to be honest. So there it's sunny and then it's just getting dark and then literally 2 minutes later it's sunny again. And it's quite warm, surprisingly. As you guys could see, my last video that was actually recorded 2 days ago and it was like 3 degrees. And now I think it's 16, so you can see how much Czech Republic can actually change. Now apparently to the news channels it was the coldest April since 1941, so I mean, quite my luck, right? As soon as I start recording, the weather changes. Right. So also this place, definitely when you come here, when during summer and all the tourists are here, most of the time there are like markets here for some food, some street food. It would be great, to be honest, because I am getting quite hungry, but we have to wait for that a little bit. So in this street basically the Jewish neighborhood starts, and yeah, how should I say this politely? Most of the time in cities when there's like a Jewish neighborhood, you can always kind of recognize them by the fancy cars, and most of the time also the very expensive shops that are here. No exception here either. So it's exactly the same. You get your Rolex stores and your nice Hugo Boss stores and Dior and all that kind of stuff, which is, well, it's part of the city and it's part of the Jewish neighborhood. And if you go to Amsterdam or you go to Paris, or all the Jewish neighborhoods are always having these lovely expensive stores and such. So if you have some money to spare, well, this is definitely the place to go, I guess. But I think if you really want to spend some money on shopping and you want to go to the luxury stores, I think you probably should go to Milan. I heard like Milan is the spot to go if you have some money to spare. So I think in this regards Prague is rather small, because it's actually only just a small street. So maybe one day, if I have enough subscribers and enough views, I can actually shop here. Probably not that I would, because I don't see myself wearing Hugo Boss suits and such, or a Rolex. But maybe one day I can park my car here. No, right? You always have to think about the future. So having a nice car is part of it, eventually. But to be honest, like in Prague, you really don't need a car. I don't know if you have noticed over the past few videos that I made about Prague, is that if you come here as a tourist, 2 days should be kind of enough, and everything is within walking distance. So you can go from one side of all the touristic attractions to the other one in less than like 45 minutes. So I would not even recommend going by taxi. I wouldn't even recommend going to buy like a tram ticket or public transport tickets. You don't really need them. Also in the street there are some fancy hotels. So you have the further down the street, you have like your typical continental hotels, and you have like another hotel which is actually really nice, called a President Hotel. It's sometimes they have discounts, and it's definitely worth it. I was lucky enough to stay there once, and you get quite a lot of value for your money. And I mean, what do I mean with expensive, right? I mean, some people call 25 euros to stay for a night expensive, and other people call like 200, so it really depends. But I think at that time I spent like 90 euros, just like $110, which was fine, to be honest. Wow, that looks actually quite nice. Can you imagine like living in a building like this? It looks real nice, but I think in one way there's a big issue with noise, though, to be honest. If there's tourists here, the streets definitely during the night, crazy. So the first thing I actually also want to show you is this building right here. So this is part of a synagogue, and if you ever thought that maybe some countries have a lot of history, and I read some people who were from the US that said like, oh, Europe doesn't have much history, which I really think is ridiculous to say that. But this building, just this part of the synagogue, was actually built in 1270. So that's very, very old. I don't think we can go in there, because I think I've only been here once, and that was many years ago. Well, there's a ticket place here, but as you can see, it's closed. The lovely small streets. That is something, right? So I don't think I can show you guys, but behind this big gray wall is actually a Jewish cemetery, and there are around 10,000 tombstones. Yes, really, 10,000 or even 12,000. And they believe that there are more than 100,000 people buried here. Yeah, you can see some of them there. And it's actually so small. So apparently they're like stacked of 12 bodies, basically underground, stacked up. Which I can see, if I can show you guys, but this is as high as my arms will reach. Unfortunately. But yeah, there are quite a lot of the synagogues are here. I think they're already in this quarter here, like 4. It's unbelievable. And then there's like the largest one is unfortunately a little bit further walk, but yeah, let's see. Unfortunately, it's of course closed. Yeah, but maybe as you guys can see, put my hand through it. Not really. Yeah. All right. Yeah, I probably should have said earlier that it's probably going to be a short video, because I'm still thinking of what to show you even further, besides this lovely car. But yeah, there will be definitely some other videos coming up. I'm having some plans as soon as things are reopening again. Some fun things as well, instead of just me walking around, also doing some other stuff. But even I'm still waiting, unfortunately, what the government will tell us. And I hope that they will come with good news this Tuesday. Actually, they have hopefully to reach a verdict. And the vaccinations here are really slow, so I think only 5% of the population has been vaccinated, and now we're talking halfway through April. So it might take a while before it's my turn, because unfortunately only people 60 and up can currently get a vaccination, and I'm not that old yet. As you can see, the sky is getting darker, so I'm gonna go in the big street, and then I will turn around, come into the street on the other side, and then it's probably the end of the video. So yeah, like I said earlier, small short video, but still I just want to show you guys something this week, and better something than nothing. At least I hope you also agree with that. And further down there on that little hill is the metronome, which I took you guys to, I think 2 episodes ago. So as you guys can see, it's from there, basically from the metronome all the way out of the street then you get the astronomical clock, which is like I said, what I'm filming now for 15 minutes. So it's really relatively close by. So some more of the fancy stores. Oh, more fancy cars as well. And I don't know why there are so many expensive cars here. I mean, yeah, I do get it that the neighborhood is quite nice. The neighborhood's quite expensive. But still, there are far nicer places in Prague, to be honest. But, you know, maybe they just want to be close by to certain stores or to a certain area. But the prices here are going to be outrageous for like rent. I don't even think you can rent like a small studio. You probably have to start renting a bigger apartment, and then you're gonna pay several thousands of dollars, I think, per month at least to get a house here. But the buildings are quite nice though. Definitely, for sure. Okay guys, like I said, it was a very short video. Maybe a little bit of a boring video. Nothing really adventurous happened. But in the coming few days, few weeks, I will start going to different cities around the Czech Republic, and as soon as the borders open, I will start traveling outside of the Czech Republic. So look forward to that. At least try to subscribe to the channel if you want to see more, and definitely for the upcoming videos. And if you want to see something, let me know in the comments below. Anyway, thanks for watching, and see you next time.